On the day of her husband's burial, her best friend gave her a photo frame with a surveillance function. The next day, she planned to use it to check if the nanny was taking good care of the kids, but she never expected to see her deceased husband in the surveillance footage. She had clearly watched her husband get shot to death with her own eyes. She had even prepared the funeral for him with her own hands. So how did he appear alive again in the footage yesterday? She hurried to ask her daughter.
Did you see Daddy? He came over.
The daughter shook her head and said no. To make sure she wasn't seeing things, Lisa quickly ran back to the room to check Joe's wardrobe. Sure enough, the clothes she saw in the footage were missing from the house. Just then the nanny returned. Lisa grabbed the nanny and asked what was going on. At first, the nanny played dumb and asked,
Who?
But when Lisa wouldn't let go, she immediately acted like she was about to confess. She even said she needed a glass of water and suggested they sit down to talk. However, Lisa never expected that when she turned around with the water, the nanny would spray pepper in her face. Then she fled in a panic. After she cleaned her eyes, Lisa called Joe's mother to ask what Joe had looked like when she identified the body that day. Since only the old woman identified Joe's body, Lisa suspected that what she saw wasn't Joe. The old lady had always been angry at this question, but still answered.
He looked like what he was. Beautiful, but a body.
Lisa didn't know what to make of it. She didn't want to stir up more painful memories for her, so she called over Detective Matt, who was handling Joe's murder case. However, when she tried to show Matt the footage, she found that the memory card had been stolen by the nanny. All the signs pointed to the possibility that her husband Joe might still be alive. Even if he were dead, the nanny was someone who knew the secret. Matt didn't really believe Lisa's story. He thought Lisa might have developed mental issues from losing two loved ones so quickly. Because just months before Joe's death, Lisa's sister had also been shot and killed by a mysterious person, and the killer was never found. Matt even began to suspect that Lisa herself might have killed Joe. He asked Lisa to confirm the events of that night again. Lisa described how two masked men on motorcycles had passed by that night. They tried to steal her handbag. She fought back and fell to the ground. The masked men also tried to get Joe to hand over his wallet. Joe refused. The masked man shot Joe 3 times. By the time Lisa reached Joe's side, Joe was already on the brink of death. She recognized the handgun the masked men were using, because she had once owned a similar one. As for the surveillance, there was none in the house before. It was a little gift her best friend had given her yesterday. So neither Joe nor the nanny knew about the surveillance. Matt didn't listen to Lisa's explanation. Instead, he insisted on taking the matching gun for further testing at the police station. Later, Lisa decided to confront the nanny again. But no matter how much she knocked, the nanny refused to come out. She could see someone standing on the stairs through the window. Lisa said she wanted to sit down and talk, but as soon as the person heard that, they immediately hid. The next day, Joe's mother called Lisa. She asked how Lisa could have hit the nanny. The nanny was now at her house complaining. When Lisa heard this, she immediately told the old lady to keep the nanny there. She would go over and talk to her personally. However, when she arrived at the old lady's estate, the nanny had already driven off without a trace. The old lady said that the nanny's family had served their family for generations. They trusted each other deeply. She questioned how Lisa could monitor and hit the nanny. Lisa asked back,
Did she tell you what I saw?
Yeah?
I saw Joe.
The old lady didn't believe her at all. As the head of a psychiatric hospital, she was more inclined to think Lisa had hallucinated. But from the calm way she acted, she didn't seem like a mother who had just lost her son. She was the only person who identified the body. The nanny was also someone she sent. Could it be that Joe's death was actually planned by the old lady? In the afternoon, Matt found Lisa. He told her an even more shocking piece of news.
The gun that killed your husband was also used to kill your sister.
What is the truth behind all this? Why did the killer do this? Stay tuned for the next chapter.